Located in downtown Central, Rails 133 has something for everyone. With menus and specials designed by our chef, Trent Kane, our selections can only be best described as upscale Southern comfort foods. Chef Kane uses only the freshest, locally sourced ingredients that have made Rails a destination spot. We offer theme nights, chef specials, daily specials, and our famous Meet and 3 on Sundays. Come visit Rails, dine in our lighted patios, or in our railroad-inspired dining areas. Rails 133, where memories are made every day.
Diamond T Promotional here is just a family-owned business that provides screen printing, embroidery, vinyl graphics, cars and banners. We've been in business now for over 32 years.
Good evening, Warrior Nation. My name is Andrew Baxley, and I'm alongside Matt O'Banion for another edition of SWU Athletics, live on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. We welcome you into the historic Teisinger Gymnasium as the Southern Wesleyan University Warriors host the Emmanuel University Lions. The Lions are the preseason Conference Carolinas #1 team, but come in just one game above 500 in conference play and are sitting at 4th in the Southwest Division standings. The Warriors have lost their last 8 matches, including 4 of those in Conference Carolinas play, so they're desperate to close the home stretch here tonight with a win. There have been some bright spots in the 2 matches this weekend, in particular the play of freshmen Gracie Wilson and Michaela Andrus, as well as Ashley Sexton, the senior setter. She is just 13 assists away from 1,000, so we'll be sure to keep you guys updated with that as the night goes on, with her achievement and some of the other stats as we go on. But Emmanuel, we mentioned it coming in, they were a very, very good team going into the preseason. They had 3 players that were named to the all-conference team last year. Emily Hansen to the second team, Elena Immiger to the second team, and Gabrielle McLamory to the first team. So 3 big-time Lions to watch for. They're a team that on paper is really, really good, but so far on the court this season they have not lived up to the expectations. But they'll certainly be looking at Teisinger Gymnasium as a spot to get a win here tonight. But the Warriors looking to protect their home court as well. About 5 minutes into the start of tonight's game, as you see on your screen right now, the Warriors with their pregame sets and attacks and all of that. The Lions just went back to the locker room. The Warriors, you see in the white uniforms and black jerseys. Emmanuel, I believe they're in the yellow. They were in yellow warm-ups, but we'll see where they go when they come out from the locker room. But we'll quickly run to the starters. We'll get them back to you when they come out. But for the Warriors, it'll be number 7, Christina Pino, number 10, Trinity Ickman, number 11, Emily Ellis, number 14, Callie Letcher, number 15, Michaela Andrus, number 18, Gracie Wilson, and number 20, Gabby Ellswick. Of course, we'll get you guys those official lineups once the 2 teams are ready for it. About 4 minutes until the first, or until national anthem prayer and starting lineups here tonight. But as the Warriors continue to go through their warm-ups, we'll keep it right here We saw it on Friday night on the broadcast. Francis Marion had a couple of easily Pickens area players, but there's another one for Emmanuel here tonight. Jocelyn Martin from Easley High School, a 5'10 junior. She's an outside hitter. You'll see her wearing number 24 tonight. She leads the team with 116 kills this season. So a very important player for the Lions, and one that will be likely in front of some family and friends tonight, looking to put on the show in her nearby hometown of Easley, just about 20-30 minutes here from Central South Carolina, home of the Southern Wesleyan Warriors. Emmanuel just emerged from their locker room, so they will be in red jerseys with white sleeves and the black pants, across from Southern Wesleyan in the white with black pants. Emmanuel coming into it, their previous game was on Saturday. They defeated Barton 3-0. After this, they have a short break. They'll play Erskine on Friday. Southern Wesleyan, of course, they played Friday and Saturday, lost both of those 3-0. Lost on Friday to Francis Marion, and then on Saturday to UNC Pembroke. Following this match, they'll take on Shawan at 6 o'clock on Friday. There are 4 other games within Conference Carolina's play tonight. Francis Marion is at Shawan. UNC Pembroke is at Barton. Lees McRae is at Converse. And Erskine is at North Greenville. So a very busy Conference Carolinas here tonight for volleyball play. As it is just about every Tuesday and Friday night, those are the normal conference nights. And so we'll see 4 games in all of those. We'll quickly take you through some of the standings. Of course, the Conference Carolinas is set up different this year. It's divided into 3 divisions. Both Southern Wesleyan and Emmanuel are in the Southwest Division. Currently, North Greenville sits at the top. They're at 3-0 in conference play. Young Harrison second. They're at 3-2 in conference play. Erskine's 1-3. They come in third. Emmanuel's at 3-2, but the reason they're in fourth is they're 0-1 within the division, so Erskine has the tiebreaker over on that one. Southern Wesleyan 0-4 in conference, 0-2 in division. They sit at 5th in the Southwest Division. A couple of other undefeated teams in conference play. Lees McRae is 2-0. Converse is 1-0. Mount Olive's 1-0. Francis Marion 1-0. So a couple of undefeated teams, a couple of those teams to watch for. I mentioned it in the open, but Emmanuel was the preseason #1 overall team in the Conference Carolina poll. Southern Wesleyan was 14 out of 14 teams in the Conference Carolina preseason poll. So good opportunity tonight to prove that poll wrong and get a bit of an upset here over at the Lions. Certainly Southern Wesleyan has all the talent to do that. Just under a minute to starting lineups, prayer, and national anthem here on the Conference Carolinas digital network. So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back with those and the start of tonight's matchup between Southern Wesleyan and Emmanuel right here on the Conference Carolinas digital network.
Set us apart. We daily work to build champions in body, mind, and soul. It's who we are. This is Conference Carolina.
back in now to Teisinger Gymnasium, currently going through the Emmanuel lineups over the PA system. So we'll go ahead and give you guys those as we go. For the Lions, starting number 1 is sophomore Asia Queen. Number 3, sophomore Layla Bland. A senior, number 7, Samantha DeBinney. Senior, number 12, Gabrielle McLamory. A senior, number 13, Elena Immiger. A freshman, number 18, Jill Johnson. And a junior, number 24, Jocelyn Martin. And now, on your screen, the Southern Wesleyan University starting lineup. Number 7, Christina Pino. Number 10, Trinity Ickman. Number 11, Emily Ellis. Number 14, Callie Letcher. Number 15, Michaela Andrus. Number 18, Gracie Wilson. And number 20, Gabby Ellsworth. So, a bit of a different lineup than I saw on Friday night. Of course, they had the game Saturday, but I wasn't on the call for that one. So, a bit of a different starting lineup for that one. But certainly these girls will be excited to get after it and hopefully pull off the win against a good team and a much-needed win here in conference play, in division play against Emmanuel here tonight. A couple of lines to keep an ear out for tonight is Emily Hansen, was on the second team all-conference last year. Elena Immiger was also second-team conference last year. And then Gabrielle McLamory, she was first-team all-conference last year and third-team all-conference in 2021. She has 499 assists on the year. That's a lot if you're not familiar with volleyball. So certainly Gabrielle McLamory is a person we'll be watching for as the night goes on. But welcome Matt into the booth now. He just got finished with his PA duties. Matt, some thoughts on the game tonight?
I'm ready for it, honestly. I'm ready to see this team, this great team that we have here at Southern Wesleyan, get their first home and conference win of the season. They definitely have the talent to do it.
Yeah, you're right, Matt. The Warriors coming on an 8-game losing streak. They're 0-2 at home. They're 0-4 in conference. But we know as much as anyone, they still have the talent to pull off a victory like that. It's just a matter of putting it all together under second-year coach Anna Hines. And we'll hopefully see that here tonight.
And this won't be an easy feat. This Emmanuel team coming in game, as you said, 7-6 overall, 3-2 in conference. It's a dangerous team to play against.
Yeah, you're right. A very, very good Emmanuel team. I'm excited to see some of these players and see what they have, of course, as the teams make their way onto the court. Southern Wesleyan will start on the right side of your screen, hitting from right to left. Emmanuel on the left side of your screen, hitting from left to right. Emmanuel in the burgundy red with the white long sleeves, black pants. Southern Wesleyan, the all-white tops and the black pants. We already went through the starters. And a reminder, Ashley Sexton, 13 assists away from 1,000 for her career. And we'll monitor that as the night goes on. It will be Callie Letcher to serve for the Warriors and get us started here on this Tuesday night. Letcher has the ball. Getting ready to get us started here.
Both teams hyped up for this first tip.
Here is Letcher.
We are underway. That one just barely out.
So the first point of the night goes to the Lions, where it will be DeBinney to serve, a senior from Port Charlotte, Florida. Here she is to get it underway. Pino under it. Here is Ellis blocked at the net. First 2 points of the night go to the Lions.
Emily Ellis, a big swinger on this Warriors offense.
You're right, Ellis had a very good game on Friday night. A good season for her overall. You love to see them getting her involved early as Pino returns the serve. Here is Wilson at the net. Just a little over it. 3 straight points to start the night go to the Lions. And DeBinney will continue to serve. Here is DeBinney, this time towards Ellis. Back for Ellis at the net. She goes over. Here's Emminger. Andrews couldn't get under it. Another point for the Lions.
Saw an absent back corner and went right at it. Great swing. And that'll be a point for Emmanuel.
You're right. Emminger, one of those players to look for the Lions last year on the second team All-Conference Carolinas. Here is Eichmann going over, and there's the first point of the night for the Warriors. They force the error from the Lions, and it's 4 points to 1 here in the first set. It will be Emily Ellis, the second server for the Warriors here tonight. The senior from Coconut Creek, Florida.
What a name for a town, honestly.
You're right, Coconut Creek. I'd love to visit that. I'm sure that's a beach town.
Definitely. And there's a point for the Warriors as Emily Ellis goes back corner.
Yeah, you're right, Matt. Back-to-back points here for the Warriors. A little bit of early momentum, and the mascot getting into it on the sideline. Ellis to serve again at 4-2. As you see the replay on the screen right now at the net, that was a big-time hit from Jill Johnson, a 6-foot freshman from Jacksonville, Florida, with some fire behind that spike. 5-2, the Lions now lead. It'll be Amore Marshall, a junior from Alabama, to serve now at 5-2. That one was off the net. Bit of luck for the Lions, but it's not tennis. You're allowed to hit the net and fall in play, so there's another point for the Lions. They now lead 6-2. Marshall here to serve again. That
one just barely going over. It's something you hate as a volleyball player. It looks like serve's going to the net, look like you're going to get a point, just tips right over. As that one goes out, it'll be another Emmanuel point.
Yeah, they're trying to get the freshman Michaela Andrus involved, and it just went off the outside of her hand, and a timeout called by Anna Hines. We'll take it with them. Back in a minute. Welcome you back into Teisinger Gymnasium. 7-2, the Lions lead over the Warriors as Marshall serves to get us back under the way following the Southern Wesleyan timeout. Here are the Warriors on offense. That's Johnson with another point.
She's loving that back corner.
She is, and she moves well for a big girl. She gets up, she moves her feet, and obviously she has the power at the net. It's a very bright start from the freshman, Jill Johnson. Here's Marshall to serve again. That one off the forearms of Emily Ellis, and another serving error forced there by the Lions. 9-2, Emmanuel leads over Southern Wesleyan. Checking in is Emma Ronaldson as Emily Ellis gets an early break. And it will be Marshall to serve once again. That one's towards Pino. Sexton sets it up for Andrus. And
that one's in.
The first assist of the night for Ashley Sexton. Now down to 12 until 1,000. And a very good kill there by Michaela Andrus at the net, putting that right in the perfect spot. And it will be Gracie Wilson now to serve for the Warriors. Towards Aisha Queen there, libero. Here's Johnson again. Here's Andrus at the net, blocked. Queen saves it. Here are the Lions. They somehow get that one over. Great teamwork there. At the net was Ickman. She keeps it alive. Now Andrus tried to go over, but just a little short. 10-3. Now the Lions lead. That was a very balanced rally from both teams, so getting down and dirty on the ground.
Just a little bit harder swing on that one right there. That's all they needed.
Ellie Jackson now to serve for the Lions, another Jacksonville, Florida native.
A back row hit. Eitman gets it. Can't get a dig out of it. It'll be a Lions point right there. Ellie Jackson with a great back row hit, and she'll be also serving right now. Eichmann with a hit.
There's a big time hit there from Ella Johns.
Emmanuel, they've been killing these corners already.
They have some powerful hitters.
Definitely. They have some tall players too. I think that's what makes it easy.
Yeah, they have, by my count, 4 over 6 foot. Johnson, Eminger, Johns, and Hanson, while the Warriors just have the 1 6'2" Gracie Wilson. There's Johns again at the net, blocked well by a couple of Warriors.
Sexton gets it. She'll go outside, and she gets it.
Dangerous. Another assist there for Sexton.
Less than a dozen left till 1,000. It's a big night for Sexton here as she's now going back to the bench.
Wilson and Fulton check in for the Warriors. It will be the freshman Hannah Wilson to serve for Southern Wesleyan. This one's out towards Johns, deflected at the net. Wilson gets it up. Out towards Andrus, who tips it over. That was Fulton putting it back up. Back to Andrus. Blocked by a couple Lions at the net. This one's towards Johns. I believe that was blocked. So it was off a Warrior. Point to the Lions.
Kudos to the Warriors for going up, trying to block that powerful hit every time.
Asia Queen now to serve, the libero for the Lions. She went towards Ronaldson. There is Fulton who needs to go over. Dig up there by Queen. This one's out towards DeBinney.
The Warriors get it.
For the Warriors. So 13-5 here, about halfway through set number 1. It will be Michaela Andrus, the freshman from Spartanburg, South Carolina, here to serve for the Warriors.
They'll go outside.
It was Johns off the hands of, I believe it was Fulton, who was attempting to block. And a point there for the Lions. Now Gabrielle McGlamory to serve for the Lions. Andrus there, and there was Ellswick at the net, blocked by the Lions, and another point there, 15-5. They take a 10-point lead here in set number 1. McGlamory to serve again. This one's towards Pino. Wilson up for Ronaldson. Net violation there on the Lions. Points to the Warriors. 15-6, they cut into the lead. And it will be Christina Pino now to serve, the libero for the Warriors.
Now every rally's got to start somewhere. Why not start now?
Here is DeBinney at the net.
There's the block.
Gracie Wilson.
That's the block we've been waiting for.
Right, and that's the potential there of Gracie Wilson. 6'2" at the net. Just getting up there and blocking it and getting some points there for the Warriors. But Pino now to serve again for the Warriors. Out for Johns. They said no touch there by the Warriors. So a point for Southern Wesleyan. I think Johns and a couple other Lions thought that was off a Warrior fingertip, but both the first ref, Primick Lordzik, and the second ref, Paul Pendle, were in agreement that they did not touch a Warrior. So points for Southern Wesleyan as Pino serves again. This one was up for Eminger at the net, and a point for her. Couple of subs there for the Lions. Layla Bland and Jocelyn Martin check in. And it will be Layla Bland, the sophomore from Evans, Georgia, to serve at 16-8. She goes towards Pino. That one might have had some funny topspin on it because Pino was deceived, and an ace there for Layla Bland.
First ace of the night for Emmanuel.
Yeah, but for Bland, that's her 13th on the year. She is third on Emmanuel in serving aces.
Almost her second of the night right there. There's a great dig by Southern Wesleyan.
Here is Pina up for Ronaldson. Bland got her hands on it there. It's Emminger at the net. And out of bounds off the block attempt from the Warriors. 18-8, the Lions regain a 10-point lead.
Gracie Wilson, being the tallest player on this roster for the Warriors, she's up there every time, and she's getting a hand on it. She just can't get all of it.
There's Martin. This one's out to Fulton. She goes towards Bland, and a set over the net there by the Lions. This one's up for Ronaldson at the net, dug up by Queen. Nice little rally forming between the two teams. There is Martin, dug up by Pino. This one's Wilson, and a double touch there. Points to the Lions.
It's a great rally right there from both teams. It had to end, though.
Amaya Span will check in for Hannah Wilson, who just had the error. 19-8, the Lions lead, and still Layla Bland serving for Emmanuel.
As you look at this Southern Wesleyan roster, you just see a lot of young players where it's freshmen and sophomore that take up a lot of this roster. But right now, tonight, a good bit of upperclassmen's getting in.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Emma Ronaldson there, a freshman, earning the point for the Warriors as it was blocked out of bounds by the Lions. Two new Warriors check in. Trinity Ickman and Ashley Sexton, and it will be Sexton to serve.
Sexton still 11 away from 1,000.
She goes towards Queen. This one's up for Emminger towards Sexton. Pino up for Ickman. There is Sexton digging it up again, doing her defensive work as Pino goes over.
Great dig, Pino.
Dig by Pino. Here's Ronaldson blocked by a couple Lions. Wilson goes over. Point for the Warriors.
Wilson going over Sexton for that one.
Yeah, but that point was earned by Christina Pino on the dig right there. Great job in defense by libero Christina Pino.
Only 9-point deficit now for the Warriors.
And there's Sexton with a very good serve. That one fooled Queen. 19-11 now the score here in set number one.
That's tied the Warrior, getting the student section and the other fans hype.
Here is Sexton to serve. She went towards Bland. Bland.
That'll be a free ball up to Sexton.
And blocked there by the Lions, falling into Southern Wesleyan's territory. Point there for the Lions. They are up to 20 now. 20-11 Emmanuel leads, and a new server now will be Samantha DeBenny, the senior from Port Charlotte, Florida. Here's DeBenny's serve. That one was towards Ronaldson. Here's Wilson with
great
power
swing
at the net. I believe that was another Ashley Sexton assist right there. And we'll have to check on with the stats, but I think that was Ashley. We'll see the replay right here. That was Sexton, so now down to 10 remaining to 1,000.
She can get it this game.
Emma Ronaldson now to serve for the Warriors. 20-12 the score here in set number one. That one's towards Martin. Back to Martin at the net. And that one got stuck in the net. I think they called a net violation there on the Warriors, so point to the Lions. But you don't see that one happen a whole lot where the ball gets stuck in the net. That's just how much power Martin got behind that one. And really Wilson blocked it with power at the net, but it got stuck in the net. Point to the Lions at 21-12. Marshall will serve. Here is Andrews at the net, but we have a net violation there on Ashley Sexton.
It's that last point right there. Actually, ball is getting caught outside the antenna. So that block being called out of bounds on the Warriors, giving that point to the Lions.
So Marshall now to serve again for the Lions towards Ronaldson. Sexton gets it up for Andrus. And that would cause some problems there for the Lions on the return. Another point there for Southern Wesleyan, 22-13.
It's now Faith Paxton, freshman, coming now to serve.
As well as Gabby Ellswick, who also checked into the game. But you're right, it will be Faith Paxton, the freshman from Bluffton, South Carolina, now to serve for the Warriors.
Probably like beach volleyball going down there.
You're right, there is Johnson at the net. And talk about some power behind that attack from Johnson. Another point there for the Lions. Both teams with some subs. Pino and Ickman to check in for the Warriors, and Ellie Jackson and Asia Queen to check in for the Lions. It will be Ellie Jackson to serve for the Lions at 23-13 here in set number 1. Here is Jackson towards Pino. Sexton sets it up for Andrus on the left side. And that one went out of bounds here on the near side. Point to the Lions. They have set point here in set number 1.
Ashley Sexton going for 9 assists left. Can't get that one over, though.
Jackson now to serve again for the Lions towards Pino. Sexton gets it up for Andrus. Here's Johns on the outside. Point to the Lions. Set to the Lions. They take the first set 25-13.
And that last kill, just a summary of what that first set was. Just a lot of power that Emmanuel was showing, and it was working. We'll be right back for set number 2. See if the Warriors can get something together and even this series.
What if there's a place for you where thinking and doing go hand in hand with innovation, where professors are more like mentors and guides, where generosity is contagious, and if you catch it, you just might change the world? This is it. Step into community, step into faith, step into life. Step into Southern Wesleyan University.
And we welcome you back into the historic Tiger Gymnasium. The Lions take set number 1. We're back here for set number 2. Andrew Baxley and Matt O'Banion. The Lions will get us started here in set number 2 after taking set number 1, 25-13. And we'll get back underway through the senior from Fayetteville, Georgia, Gabrielle McLamory. McLamery, two-time All-Conference Carolinas.
Coming into this game with already close to 500 assists on the year.
They're right. As we're back underway here is Eichmann. Back towards Eichmann. She gets it over. Here's Johns at the net. Another kill there for Ella Johns, who has had a good start to this game. She has 4, now make it 5 kills so far today. And you mentioned McLamery with the 499 assists coming into the game on the year. She already has 12 here in this game. So quick Southern Wesleyan math, that is 511. Here's Gracie Wilson at the net for the Warriors, blocked by a couple of Lions. Some miscommunication. Queen punches it over. Back to Wilson at the net. Good dig there by Jackson. And Emminger will have to go over. This one's up for Ronaldson at the net, and it falls for a point. And set number 2 for the Warriors, all tied at 1.
Great play, great recovery from the Warriors to even this game up 1-1.
Here's Ronaldson now to serve for the Warriors. That one was a miscue by Johns in defense. And the Warriors take their first lead of the night. Ronaldson to serve again, back towards Johns. Set up for her on the left side, blocked and up by a couple of Warriors. Pino out to Andrus.
That one barely out.
That was a good idea there for Michaela Andrus. I think Coach Hines just telling her that she was a little bit under it. She needs to go just a little bit higher with that right hand as we're all square at 2. It will be Layla Bland here to serve for Emmanuel. A high one towards Pino, who gets under it. Span up for Fulton, returned here by Emminger, dug up there by Ronaldson. This one's out to Andrus, who tips it over. But we have a net violation there on one of the Lions. I think they called that one on 12, Gabrielle McLamery. So another point for the Warriors and another lead here in set number 2. They lead 3-2. It's Gracie Wilson now to serve. Dug up there by Clean. This one's out to Emminger.
They get the block on that one.
And that one sails out off the hand of Bland. And the Warriors now lead by 2 here in set number 2.
This is
momentum being brought by the Warrior faithful.
This is how they want to start off this set. A lot of momentum. They want it bad.
Wilson towards Martin. Back to Martin on the left. And that one was in. A lot of power behind that one from Martin. Wilson dodged out the way. I think she thought that one was going out. But the line judge there had a terrific view of it. Point for the Lions. Now Asia Queen to serve for Emmanuel. Towards Pino. Span up for Fulton. Back to Martin. Good dig there by Span. Andrus goes over. And Lions return it here. That one was in. It was Emily Hanson, the 6'1" senior from Locust Grove, Georgia, there with the kill.
It's a great reaction to the tip, but it's just really hard to stop that kill from Emmanuel.
This one's out for Ellie Moore. Back to Martin. Pino digs her up. Span up for Moore again. Now for Martin on the left side. Pino up off the ceiling. And point to the Lions. They now take the lead 5-4 here in set number 2.
A unique feature about Tysinger is this really low roof that we have in here. You would think
not built for volleyball.
Not built for volleyball. Absolutely not.
There's Ellsworth at the net. Good block from Hanson, and another point for the Lions.
Speaking of roof, Hanson right there. As we'll call a timeout, Southern Wesleyan now down 6-4.
Yeah, we'll keep it right here. 6-4, the Lions lead here in set number 2. Some better offense from the Warriors so far, but the Lions, with their height, have just started to cause some problems again. And you look at it, they definitely outsize the Lions. But, Matt, how do you think the Warriors can get around that?
I feel like it's just knowing when to go for the kill and knowing when to go for the tip. When you're playing a tall defender that's going up for a block, it's really easy just to tip it over. It's not going to be as powerful, as effective, but it's going to throw them off guard. No, I'm not the tallest.
Yeah.
And I've played a good bit of games of volleyball. I've been blocked many times, so I'll use that little tip pass every time.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a giant, but I'm certainly a taller guy, and when I play volleyball myself, I'm always jumping, so that's definitely one of those things you know when you're a volleyball player. The more you play, the more you learn how to just do the techniques like that, how to get the blockers jumping and just go over them like that. So we'll see how the Warriors adjust to that as we continue into set number 2. It will be Asia Queen to get us back underway. The Lions lead 6-4 and 1-0. Here on this beautiful Tuesday night, Queen gets us back underway. This one's out to Andrus on the left side and blocked again by the Lions.
A brick wall is what I describe Emmanuel's front.
Yeah, that time it was Emminger and Hansen combining on the right side of the Lion defense. And Queen again here to serve at 7-4. And that one was low, and a serving error there from Pino. Point to the Warriors. Is that what they need to get back going here in set number 2?
Sexton now coming in.
Sexton and Katie Fulton will check in for Ellie Moore and Amaya Span.
10 away.
And it will be her to serve. Ashley Sexton, 10 away from 1,000 assists for her career. Sexton towards Jocelyn Martin. And that was Hansen at the net. Just nothing you can do about that one when she's free at the net. 8-5. Now the Lions lead.
Between
Rachel McGlamry will check back in for Emmanuel.
Between sets, they were looking at dents in the ground from this Emmanuel offense. Surprised there were none. But I feel like Emmanuel took that personally. I think they're going for one.
Here is Sexton setting for Andrus. That one was tipped. And it's now 8-6.
The Warriors still in this.
And it will be Andrus to serve. The assist there for Sexton, now down to 9 left to 1,000. As Andrus serves, and Queen and Bland had some miscommunication on ace there for the freshman Michaela Andrus, and she will serve again here at 8-7.
A great momentum builder here for the Warriors. This is where you need to come in and strike.
This one's out for Martin. And just too much power. You can see why Emmanuel was voted #1 team in Conference Carolinas in the preseason poll. They just have so much size and so much power on the front line. But you can also see why they're only 7-6 on the year. They do have some weaknesses on the back side of defense that the Warriors have been attacking, and that's why it's been so close so far tonight. Jackson to serve for the Lions. Sexton gets it up for
Great
Fulton.
spot.
Perfect play there by Fulton. Another assist for Sexton. We're down to 8 to 1,000.
The countdown is on. Pino getting ready to serve.
Pino's serve goes towards Jackson. It's up for Hansen at the net, blocked by Wilson. Pino and Sexton combined. Gracie Wilson just has to go over for it freely. There's Hansen to tip over the net. Sexton up for Ronaldson, out.
Barely out. Looking for the back corner, but finds it going out.
And it will now be Emily Hansen to serve for Emmanuel. We talked about Coconut Creek, Florida. This hometown doesn't sound nearly as nice. Locust Grove.
Oh.
I don't think I want to visit a town with Locust in the name. As Pino digs it up. Sexton sets it for Ronaldson. Dug up there by Jackson. Out towards Johns. Blocked in the net by a couple of Warriors. Gracie Wilson sends it over. At the net, That was Jill Johnson with the kill for the Lions.
Emmanuel's setup for the kills and their timing is impeccable. It's a lot of short and tight sets, but since they're so tall in that front line, they can easily get the kill.
And they have a really tall setter as well. Gabrielle McGlamory is their setter, and she's 5'11". And that's good size all across the front line for the Warriors. And a couple of subs here as Span and Moore will check in for Fulton and Sexton. And it will be Amaya Span, the freshman from Houston, Texas, here to serve at 11-9. They go towards McGlamory. Back to Jackson. Diving for it was Andrus, but she couldn't get under it. Point there for the Lions. They go up by 3 here in set number 2. Elena Emminger will check in for the Lions.
Still a close game here for SWU. It's possible to come back from this. They're only down by 3. They're in a good position.
Just about halfway through set number 2 as Span gets it up for Ronaldson on the right side. That one was well out, point to the Lions. And here comes Emily Ellis to check back in. Haven't seen her in a little bit.
She's one of the powerhouses on this Warriors offense. She can get up and she can throw down.
Gabrielle McGlamory now to serve for the Lions. Towards Pino. Span up for Moore. This one is towards Emminger. Blocked at the net by Wilson. And a point for the Warriors.
The Lions trying to tip it over, but Gracie Wilson there to knock it down.
5 tonight, 8 left.
Back row hit. Emily Ellis got it off the roof.
Just unlucky.
Just talking about the low roof. And you see what can happen with that.
A couple of subs here for the Lions. Bland and Martin check in as the Lions lead here 14-10 in set number 2. It will be Martin to serve. Sends it toward Ellis. Span gets it up for Andrus on the left side. And now this one's out to Martin. And nothing Pino could do about that one. Perfectly placed with power. Another point there for the Lions. They now lead by 5 here in set number 2.
You can see the Warriors' defense as they start creeping towards the center, and Emmanuel just hitting those sides.
Bland to serve again. They go towards Ellis. Span has to get that one up, and Ellis needs to get over. She does very well. Queen, and now up for Johnson. And couldn't get over the net there. Point for the Warriors.
Trying to go quick turn right there. Can't get it, just a little too short.
Gabby Ellsworth checks in for Christina Pino there. Gracie Wilson here to serve. This one's towards Martin. McGlamory up for Emminger. Points to the Lions. So 16-11, they once again lead by 5 here in set number 2.
Asia Queen now to serve for the Lions.
This one's towards Ellis. A bit of an error there by Ellis, and I believe the sub might be for her. It is. It's going to be Emma Ronaldson to check back in for Emily Ellis.
That pass just a little too off target. Can't get the setup.
17-11, the Lions now lead here in set number 2. Queen to serve again for Emmanuel. They go towards Ronaldson, who just checked in. Span up for Andrus on the left side. Blocked well by the Lions. And so much power behind even the block of the Lions that the Warriors can't control it. And a timeout will be called there by Anna Hines. We'll take it with them back in 75 seconds.
Located in downtown Central, Rails 133 has something for everyone. With menus and specials designed by our chef, Trent Kane, our selections can only be best described as upscale Southern comfort foods. Chef Kane uses only the freshest, locally sourced ingredients that have made Rails a destination spot. We offer theme nights, chef specials, daily specials, and our famous meet and 3 on Sundays. Come visit Rails, dine in our lighted patios, or in our railroad-inspired dining areas. Rails 133, where memories are made every day. Famous meet and 3 on Sundays. Come visit Rails, dine in our lighted patios, or in our railroad-inspired dining area.
Set number 2 after losing the first set 25-13. It will be an Emmanuel serve from Asia Queen to get us back underway. A 7-point lead. Warriors out of timeouts here in set number 2. Emmanuel does have both remaining should they need them. Here is the sophomore libero Asia Queen to get us back underway as Span gets it up for Ellswick at the net. Here's McGlamory out to Martin. And Pino up for Andrus. I don't think Andrus and Pino are on the same page right there. And just a great heads-up play by McGlamory to quickly go over, catch the Warriors off guard, and get another point.
As you can see, every time they drift outside or they start drifting in, they'll find that blank spot and they'll drive it home right there, whether it's a tip pass or if it's a hard kill.
Here is Span up for Andrus on the left side. She's been active in attack. Here's McGlamory to Hansen at the net. Another point for the Lions. Another serve for Queen. It feels like she's been on a roll with these serves, just back to back to back to back. The Lions on a bit of a run here in set number 2. Of course, the Warriors did lead twice early on in the set, but since then it's been the Lions as they go towards Ronaldson. This one's Andrus again, and Queen digs it up. At the net is Hansen. Pino's up. Span out for Andrus on the left, blocked by the Lions. Span tried to go over. It was into the net. And another point for the Lions.
SWU trying to come back with a hard kill of their own. Might need to see start a little bit more controlled tip passes going over.
21-11 as Queen serves. Ronaldson up. Here's Span out for Moore. Queen for Imminger. Here's Andrus again. Tips it over. On the floor was Martin. There was Bland. Good rally developing here from both teams as Andrus goes over and out. Point for the Lions.
She tried to go for that back corner. It was open too. It's just a little too much on it.
Yeah, you're right, but even if you don't get it, it keeps the defense honest sometimes, just making sure they're aware of that back corner. Maybe it opens up for some more space in the middle of the floor as Queen gets us back underway. Here's Andrus. She goes towards Bland. Now here's Martin on the left side for the Lions. And now Moore for the Warriors goes over. A dive there by Queen. Here's Imminger.
Great dig.
Great dig by Pino. She needs to go
Span going
over.
A little over the line right there.
Yeah, you're right. Good call there by the second ref, Paul Pendle, 23-11.
I saw her go over. I was hoping they would hold off the call because it was a great rally going on right there.
Queen to serve again towards Ronaldson. Span gets it up for Andrus. And that one was off the forearms of Gabrielle McGlamory. And the Warriors break the Lion run. It's now 23-12.
Asia Queen going on a long run right there. It's finally stopped by the Warriors. See if they have a run of their own.
Ashley Sexton and Katie Fulton check in now for the Warriors. Sexton to serve at 23-12. Here is Imminger. Great save there by Pino, but Ronaldson couldn't keep it alive, and now set point for the Lions.
The whole Warriors bench having to get away out of that one. You like the hustle that you see. I think you just like it a little bit more if it went over. You can't win them all.
McGlamory checked back in. She will serve at 24-12. It's toward Pino. Sexton up and tipped over by Ellswick. The Lions keep it alive. McGlamory sends it over. Here's Sexton up at the net for Ellswick, blocked by Hanson. Here's Andrus, tips over, dug up by McGlamory. That one's towards Bland, off the hands of Sexton. Point and set to the Lions. They now lead 2-0. They take the first set 25-13. Here the second set 25-12, and they're a set away from victory here tonight. Lions go up 2-0. The Warriors looking to get one back here in set number 3. Back in a bit. Welcome you back now for set number 3. Andrew Baxley and Matt O'Banion here on the call. The Lions have taken the first 2 sets. They took set number 1, 25-13, and set number 2, 25-12. Matt, what are you seeing on the floor from the Warriors?
Just seeing a lot of open spots that Emmanuel's hitting. They're taking advantage of those open spots as they see, and they're playing heads-up ball.
Yeah, you're right. We do see a couple of holes developing there in the Warrior defense, and Emmanuel is a team that's too talented to let that happen, and they've been taking advantage of that, and that's why they lead 2-0 here on this Tuesday night here at Teisinger Gymnasium. Just 1 set away from victory here tonight. Of course, it's best of 5, so the Warriors not done yet. They could go set, win, and still take the victory here tonight. Of course, that's what we're pulling for here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Just under 10 seconds until we get started with set number 3. It will be the Warriors to serve. They're taking a little bit longer than usual huddle. They'll get back underway here shortly with Coach Anna Hines in her second here. 8 assists left to 1,000 for Ashley Sexton, so still pulling for that one to happen tonight at home. The Warriors going back on the road after tonight. They go to Chowan on Friday. Then they're at Barton, at UVA Wise, at Belmont Abbey, at Converse. The next home game is October 13th. So they got a short home stretch and then a long road stretch for the Warriors.
Now a big bright spot that we've been seeing the last few points that we had for the Warriors is Gabby Ellswick using that tip pass to get it over, really drawing in that back line and getting it over those Giants, which is the front row of that Emmanuel offense.
Hannah Wilson's serve gets us back underway. It was a good one, and it earns a point there for the Warriors. I think Wilson put a bit of spin on that one. It was Amori Marshall who had trouble defending that one. First point of set number 3 goes to the Warriors. Wilson to serve again. Another one that was pretty good for Wilson. Lions defend it well, better though this time. Pino out to Ronaldson. She tips it over. This one's out for Bland, and that one was in on the near corner. Point for the Lions. Hanson checks in for Marshall, and it will be Gabrielle Montgomery to serve for the Lions. Montgomery into the net, point for the Warriors. They lead again here in set number 3. A set they need to keep this game alive. 2-1 they lead here early. And it will be Emma Ronaldson, the freshman from Manhattan, Illinois, to serve at 2-1. They go towards Bland. This one was set up for Hanson, caught Wilson off guard. And the Lions tied up at 2.
Really catch her on that back foot.
It'll be Bailey Schuler who just checked in. She will serve for the Lions. That one was low. Ellis got under it. Ellis tried to tip it over. It was blocked again by a couple lines at the net, and it fell onto the Warriors side. Point at 3-2. Now the Lions lead. Schuler to serve again. She goes towards Ellis. This one's for Wilson. She tips it over. Point for the Warriors.
Those last 2 sets just being a little tight, but that one goes over for them.
As Trinity Eichmann checks back in for the Warriors, it will be Gracie Wilson to serve at 3-3. Good serve there from Wilson. That one ate Queen alive off a couple of spots on the roof, and a point there for the Warriors. They now lead again 4-3.
Really playing pinball off the ceiling here.
Yeah, it did on the. You can't quite see it. You can barely see it in your picture right now, but at the top there's 2 parts of the ceiling that come down, and they got stuck in those 2. And as Matt said, played pinball. So back underway. The Lions get a point there, 4-4. It's Bigelow to serve now for the Lions. She'll serve at 4-4. That one was out. Good read there by Pino. She let it go for the point for the Warriors. They lead 5-4.
A great way to swing momentum. See a few subs coming in for the Warriors now.
And it's Moore and Span to check back in. There's a replay of the last serve.
Span coming in to serve now.
And definitely out. This one's at the net for Jackson. That one was in. Point to the Lions. As Amori Marshall checks back in, she'll serve here for Emmanuel. There is Marshall's serve towards Ellis. Span gets it up towards Pino, who sends it over. There's Pritchard at the net. And a point for the Lions. Lions rotating a bit here, getting some of their younger players in some action. Pritchard, a freshman, as well as Bigelow, a freshman we've seen her so far. Marshall Loa Jr., here's her serve towards Ellis. And another point there for the Lions. Marshall to serve again. Towards Pino. Pino gets that one over off the dig. This one's out to Jackson on the left. Was it in? It was not. Point there for the Warriors.
Ellie Jackson really getting up on that one.
Yeah, so 7-6 here in the third set. Warriors still not done yet. Here's the replay of that last one. That was definitely a close point there for the Warriors as McGlamory tipped it over.
A great tip pass.
Yeah, she's very good at that. Pretending like she's going up for the set and then just goes almost a no-look attack over the net for the point. Both teams to sub. And it will be a Lion serve. And it will be Isabella Appling, who just checked in. She'll be the one to serve for Emmanuel. There's Appling towards Pino. Fulton keeps it alive. Eichmann goes over. Now here's Bland for Emmanuel off the diving forearm of Christina Pino. Point to Emmanuel.
Gets a great kill even on a broken play.
Yeah.
Just Emmanuel offense continuing to impress everyone.
This one's out for Ronaldson. She goes over, dug up by Appling. This one's out for Bland. And a point there for Emmanuel. Again, they lead 10-6 here in set number 3. Isabella Appling here to serve again. This one's up for Ronaldson. She goes over. Kept alive there by Appling. At the net, that was McGlamory. And Ronaldson again for the Warriors, up by Bland. Thought that set might have been for Bland, but Johns took it. Warriors keep it alive. A nice rally developing. Tipped over, though, by Caitlin Pritchard. Point for Emmanuel.
There's that tip pass throwing everyone off guard again.
And a timeout called by the Warriors. We'll take it with them. Back in 70 seconds.
Diamond T Promotional Gear is just a family-owned business that provides screen printing, embroidery, vinyl graphics, cars and banners. We've been in business now for over 32 years.
And we're back now here from Teisinger Gymnasium. The Lions lead 11-6 in 2-0 here as we're back underway through Appling. That was Eichmann at the net, and she gets it. A point back there for the Warriors, a much-needed point. Still just down 4 for the Lions. Still very much here in this set that they must have to keep this game alive. It will be Christina Pino here to serve for the Warriors. As McGlamory gets it up there for Pritchard. That one was out. Points for the Warriors. Back-to-back points for SWU. So Pino will serve again.
That kill just a little off target.
A replay of that one there from Pritchard, definitely out towards the Warrior bench. Bland has to go over, she does. Here's Fulton at the net, she tips it over. Now Bland. That was only partially blocked there by Wilson at the net, falling into Warrior territory. Point there for the Lions.
Ronaldson just can't get it up on that great block. Warriors down now 4.
And Asia Queen now to serve for Emmanuel. She went towards Ellie Johnson. There is Fulton who couldn't keep that one in play. Another point there for Emmanuel.
It's a great idea trying to go across court, but just a little too far.
So Queen to serve again. 13-8 here in set number 3. And Johnson couldn't get under that one. Another point there for Emmanuel, and ace for Queen.
Every point now for SWU, I'm going to say it has to be a must-get for our Warriors.
Down 6 here in set number 3. Span up for Wilson, tipped at the net by a couple of Lions. There's Ronaldson. Dug up there by the Lions. Out to Bland. Once again, blocked, but not enough to get it back towards the Lions, and it falls for a point for Emmanuel. They now lead by 7. That's a key difference in the game. The Lions' blocks, they make them count. The Warriors' blocks are not always as strong as they need to be, and sometimes it's causing problems for their defense. Here is Wilson.
That one barely going out. Warriors asking for a touch. We'll see a replay, see if there was any.
And the Lions now lead by 8. Here is that replay that Matt just asked for. Wilson.
Looking like no touch on there.
They said no
just
touch.
over the hands.
Good call there by the line judge. And back underway, it was a serve from Queen off a hand of a Warrior and a point. And now Emmanuel leads 17-8.
And Faith Paxton now coming in for the Warriors. She'll be playing back row.
Queen to serve again. She goes towards Paxton. Span tips it over and out of bounds. Point to the Lions.
Down by 10 now.
And Callie Letcher waiting to check back in. She will get Amaya Span. Once again, Queen to serve. She's going on the run again, much like she did in that second set, Matt, where she's just serving and serving and serving and keeping the Lions alive here. 18-8. That one was towards Paxton, but no other Warrior went towards it. Another point there for Emmanuel, 19-8.
She's almost like a long reliever in baseball.
Yeah.
Doing great for a long time. She'll continue a rally for Emmanuel.
Here's Wilson at the net. That one somehow kept alive by Queen, but they do say point now for the Warriors. A couple of subs.
A late call by the up ref.
Yeah, did he say that that one hit the floor? Here's the replay. There's Wilson. That
Looking like a pancake.
Yeah. And it will be Wilson now to serve for the Warriors, trailing by 10 here in set number 3.
Now Hannah Wilson, probably the opposite of what you would call this Emmanuel offense.
And what's that?
Not as big, and not as tall.
This one's out to Ronson. I think we have a double touch there, though, by the Warriors, 20-9.
Subs now coming in for Emmanuel. That's number 5, Emily Hansen now coming in.
Morgan Bryce here to serve for the Lions at 20-9 here in set number 3. They go towards Paxton. She couldn't get it up. Another point for Emmanuel. As Emily Ellis checks back in for Paxton.
Emmanuel now 4 away from closing out this game.
They go towards Ellis, who just checked in. Wilson is up for Ronaldson at the net. And out. Point to the Lions. Here comes Michaela Andrews to check back in for Emma Ronaldson. Freshman for freshman there. And I think that it was Bryce a little bit eager to serve there. She started it before the first ref, Lordzik, gave the okay. Now he does. So this will be the actual serve at 22-9. Good court awareness there by Ellis, who just let that one go for a Warrior point. They're cutting the lead. It's now 22-10. And it will be Andrus here to serve for the Warriors. Looking to get back in this one. Still not dead yet. Here is Michaela to serve. Bryce sets it up for Blands. Blocked by the Warriors. But kept alive by the Lions. That was Hansen. Wilson is up. This one's out towards Moore. She gets it over. At the net for Hansen. Kept alive by Andrus. Here's a nice rally. Ellis goes up. Ellis gets it over. Now Queen sets it for Bland. She tips it. Kept alive here. Wilson for Wilson at the net. Off the ceiling. Bland goes over. Andrus keeps it alive. Wilson for Wilson. And she missed the tip. And that was 4 touches there by the Warriors. Point to the Lions.
A big rally right there. Both sides competing for it. It was almost like the ceiling gave her a perfect set on this replay.
And see that set just a little too high for Gracie Wilson. Back underway, the serve from Bailey Schuler. Miscommunication from the Warriors. And now 24-10, set point and match point here for Emmanuel from Bailey Schuler serve, the senior from Round Rock, Texas. She directs it towards Ellis. Wilson up for more. She goes over. This one's at the net for Bigelow, kept alive by Pino. Now Wilson, kept alive by Pino, over and out of bounds. 25-10, the Lions take set number 3, and the match 3-0. So the Warriors now fall to 1-10 overall, 0-5 in conference play. Emmanuel bounces back here. They go to 8-6 overall and move 2 games above 500 in conference play at 4-2 as the two teams meet in the middle. And congratulations and good game in order for both teams. The Warriors had some bright spots, although they do fall again 3-0. And that will be the end of their home stretch. The next time you'll see them is not here with us, but it will be on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. They do travel to Chowan at 6 o'clock on Friday. Tomorrow we will be back here on the airwaves of the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. Matt, I think you'll have that one. But it will be my game, so it will be men's soccer against Carolina University right here. I think it's 7:30 start, Matt.
7:30.
7:30 start here again, so you'll hear from us again in about 23 hours. Another successful broadcast here on the Conference Carolinas Digital Network. The Lions defeat the Warriors 3-0. For myself, Andrew Baxley, my color commentator Matt O'Banion, producer Ryan, and the cameras Eva and Thomas, and at the table Gracie, Lexi, Luke, and Deandra, and our whole team. We thank you guys for tuning in to us here today. We'll talk to you tomorrow for men's soccer. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.